Hello, I'm Mixed Mowers and Mower Man, and welcome to my channel. In this video, we're going to be working on a little Hater 48 side drive that belongs to my mate Taffy Boyle. He's picked up this little machine, which I did actually see on the local selling sites for sale, and I wasn't too convinced about it, but he picked it up for cheap, and he's a semi-professional lawn care guy. And he's been having a bit of a bad run of it of late with machines, stuff breaking down, which is quite common within the arena if you're not buying brand new machinery. If you're running second-hand machinery, then yeah, it does happen. But this machine he's got coming in has got a no drive or weak drive issue and a little bit of a fuel leak. So if you're looking for a fuel leak fix and or a drive fix on your machines, then this could be the video for you. If you want to hit the subscribe button and whack the old bell, set notifications to all, that way you'll be told next time I upload another video. So without further ado, let's get down and dirty and let's try and get this lawnmower to stop leaking fuel and possibly even drive. Okay, so here we have a nice little Hater 48 in Martin Butler ST220 blue. Looks very, very nice indeed. This mower belongs to my mate Taffy. It's got two issues. One's got a fuel leak issue, second a drive issue, and the pull cord looks a bit wonky as well, but we can figure that out as well a bit later on. But the main concerns are it does leak fuel. And the second concern is it doesn't drive. So I'm going to fire the machine up and just show you what it's actually doing or not doing, and then we'll get it inside and have a look. I just said get it inside. I don't know what that means. We'll get it inside, have a look at it. So let's get it fired. On the choke. That starts all right. No hunting. Engage the drive. Nothing. It's trying to. Even with a push, no. So it is trying to do it, but it's not actually doing it at all. So hopefully we can fix that. I will also give this machine a little bit of once over as well, because Taffy's going to be using it. I'll be checking the oil and what have you, but it looks quite good. It looks quite groovy in the Mondeo ST220 blue. But we'll get up on the bench, quick little look at it, try and get this drive to work, and hopefully it'll be a quick fix, and that'll get Taffy back on the road to cutting grass again by tomorrow. Would be nice. Right, so here we are on Taffy's mower. Now, I've got to figure out where this leak's coming from. Now, I'm not 110% convinced it is actually leaking fuel. I don't know. He says it is. But the reason I say it's possibly not is because it's been outside in my garden for 2 days solid now. And it's still got the same amount of fuel it had in it when it first got dropped off. So it could be that this has just had a little bit of a weep on it at some point. So what I'm going to do is just literally going to start to just clean the area off, and then I'm going to fill it up with fuel. It could be leaking out of a tank here. They do that on these, and what happens with the lawn care guys is they fill their tanks right up to last for days, don't they? And it might be at a certain point it starts to leak. So let me just grab some fuel. I picked some fresh fuel up just this morning. But I am now using the V-Power. I've been experiencing a lot of problems with E10 on 4 strokes and 2 strokes. But yeah, that E10, that's not good stuff. So I'm going to fill this tank right up now. And be very careful not to spill anything. I'm going to fill it right up to the brim. So I want it to be right up level over the join mark. It's going to be nearly there. Woo. Right, that is full to the brim. You won't get no more fuel in that tank. So I'll put the old cap on, like so, and dry it all off. And now that is actually over this join mark here, okay? It's right up on top here. So if there's any fuel coming out of it, Taffy, it would show me. I've got a feeling it had a fuel leak or something's been going on. But to me, Taffy, my old boy, she ain't leaking. I would say. because you would see leaks, especially if it's within the tank area. So I'll quick look around the back, quick inspection, just to make sure it's not leaking from anywhere else. Sorry for kicking the camera, but it does happen from time to time. I've only got a small workshop. I'll quick look around here. No leaks here. So that's all just going to sit there, that fuel, and that's all I can do. I can only test it like that. Whilst I'm here, I'm going to check the oil, see what oil is doing. So I want to make sure the taffy gets a fair chance at it when he goes to cut his lawns. It all looks quite good, to be fair. It all looks pretty good, and it's on the low mark, so it wants oil added, taffy. I should do that for you, buddy boy. It's on the minimum. There you go, Taff, right on the minimum mark, see that? So we'll put some oil in for you, Taff. We'll fill that up. But the main reason this is in is because the drive is not working. I'm just periodically checking these fuel lines, give them a bit of a wiggle. Wiggle it, just a little bit, just see what's happening. But it doesn't seem to be any fuel leaks at all, Taff. So that's that. But we'll be charging £8.50 just for 2 litres of half a litre of oil, Taff. It's expensive now. Right, so the main reason this machine's in is because of a drive. Now these are a side drive machine, and they're operated via a belt pulley system, if you like. Okay, so the belt goes on in here. That's where the belt is, just in the back here. 2 bolts undo that and you'll see the belt. Okay, the belt then transfers from the output shaft pulley, which is just in there. There it is. So the output shaft pulley, small one here, comes down onto the rear roller. Okay, and then it's got a pulley tensioner, which then takes the tension on the belt, which produces your drive. Now, in all probability, had Taffy said to me, "I don't need it for a week, Mick," blah 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 blah, I would have got a new belt for him. You know, and I hope that would have sorted the issue out. But I believe I can get this machine working for Taffy just by adjusting said cable. So let me get it sorted out, and I'll be back to you in 2 ticks, and I'll show you how to adjust the cable on here, which then should give you some form of drive output. Okay, so now at the top end of the machine where the handlebars are, right at the top end, and here is your drive cable just here. Okay, people, here's your drive cable. As you can see, it's nice and taut and what have you, but when you push the machine forward and then engage the drive and put it back, it's locking off. It's saying the drive is working, okay? It tells you that. But possibly the belt could just be worn, okay? Now, Taffy hasn't given me enough time frame to muck with this, to do it properly, and so it doesn't cause a problem later on. But I'm guessing a new belt would absolutely solve this issue, okay? Now, the best thing to do in this case is to adjust this adjustment here, and this adjustment to be had. And as you can see, it's halfway through. So all we want to do is slacken off this back one slightly, right, just so you get a bit of leeway, and then slacken this front one all the way off. And you want to go nearly up to the top, okay, up to about there, and then pull this cable all the way down so that you're getting maximum tension on that spring, okay. So by pulling that down and then doing up the nut behind it, like so, do that one up to about there. Let's go there for now, like so. Now the important thing is that we're nearly out of adjustment now, but there's still adjustment to be had, okay. Now the important thing is with these little side drives, and they're known for their strong drive, okay. In fact, so many garden people prefer the older ones because of the simplicity of the machine. As long as you can pull this machine backwards, which I can do by hand, then you're okay. Now, if you find that when you fire the machine up, it tries to drive off on its own and you can't pull the machine backwards, then simply just slacken off that one about, I don't know, quarter of what we adjusted, okay? Just start to slacken it off a touch. But what we're going to do now is I'm going to take it back outside and I'm going to fire it back up again, and we'll then see if we haven't fixed the drive problem on this. It could be just a very, very simple thing of adjusting the drive cable, and there's 2 ways to adjust it, people, right? You can literally just adjust it, and come around here because of the light. You can adjust it here and here by pushing this brass bayonet further down, which puts tension on this, okay? Or you can undo this little tiny bolt here and drop those down. We've got 1, 2, 3, 5 holes. You can drop that one up to the second or first hole, which pushes a bracket down. So you've got loads of adjustment there to be had, okay? That is the quick way of doing it. The proper way of doing it is to change the belt. Because I don't know if the right belt's on here. I don't know how old the belt is. I don't know how much work it's done. But judging by the front wheels, I would say it's done a little bit of work. So hopefully that will fix the drive. What I want to do also, whilst we're here, is that pull cord is just doing me head in. So I'm going to remove put that spanner back before I lose that. I'm going to remove the HT lead from the machine, so the machine can't start. Okay. And then I'm just going to get a clamp, and I'm going to pull in the dead man handle, which will be that one there. Pull that in, clamp that off. So I just want to check to see how much pull cord's actually on this machine. There's quite a bit there, to be fair. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to shorten that off, because that would do my head in. I just would like it nice and tight. I was just flapping about in the wind there, innit? So I'm going to try and get hold of this bit of pull cord if I can. No easy thing, is it? Where is it? It's going to be about there somewhere, Mick. There it is. All right. So all I'm going to do there is literally, I'm going to run that down, just so every time you pull it, that pull cord is just where it should be. So all I'm going to do, pull that in a touch, just take one half compression stroke on that, run that all the way down, and then tie another knot in there. Okay, just loosey for now. And then put that into there. I'll give it a quick little pull over. And back, look, see? That's a bit better. It wants just a touch more. But I'm not gonna do it yet because it may correct itself when I actually take a full pull on a string. So if it needs a bit more slack taking, that'd be fine. But that's where it should be. It should be roughly about there. I can't be dealing with that just sitting there hanging in the wind. That sort of stuff does me head in. It must be OCD. But that sort of stuff does me head in. I can't put up with that. Right, so drive is now hopefully adjusted and possibly working. Still no fuel leaks. At the bottom, at the top, he's got an absolute full tank of juice. No fuel leaks around here, so I'm not seeing what you're seeing, Taffy. But I'm going to give the machine a run now. I'll check the drive works, and then I'll give the machine a good run. Or we'll do the oil too, don't I? Yeah, don't forget your oil, Mick. No, it was just on the add mark, so it wants about 100 mil. So we're going to put some oil in here, just so he's got the correct amount of oil for running. So many of these commercial guys, not Taffy, but so many commercial guys don't even check the oil on their machines. They bring them in for service and there's just no oil in them at all. Absolutely bang on the money. And go, I don't know that. There it is there. Can you see that? Absolutely on the sausage it is. That's good. Right. So you've got the right amount of oil in there now, Taffy boy, and you've got pull cord's been adjusted, and still no fuel leaks, Taff. I'm only talking to Taff because I know he watches my video, so he can watch us back and go from there. But at the moment, no fuel leaks. That's good. Let's take it outside and try it and see if this drive now doesn't work and propels this lawnmower on. It should propel it quite well. I have a sneaky suspicion a new belt is required, but hopefully this will just get him started halfway through the season just to get his grass cutting, because he's not having very good luck with machines at the moment. So meet you outside, 2 ticks, and we test this drive. Right, Mondeo blue mower now all ready to rock and roll. Still no fuel leaks, even though I tipped it up. Not showing no fuel leaks at all, but we'll give it a run, see what happens. So I'm just going to pull the height adjustment up on this a touch, because you want to double check it does it in all levels, okay? Not just the lowest cut. So we want to fire it up and then check to see if the drive actually works or not. If the drive works, then we know that the belt is worn or it's actually got the incorrect belt on it, one or the other. But as I say, Taffy didn't give me the luxury of time. He gave me 2 days to turn it around for him, and I want to try and get him up and running if I can. So all's been done, pull cord's been looked at, fueled up to the top, and hopefully the drive now working. So did I bring that spanner with me or not? I can't remember now. It might have a bit of fine tuning. I didn't bring a spanner with me, but hey ho. Right, so let's fire it up and see if the drive now doesn't work. So the machine starts up. It's not trying to pull on its own. I've got to hold one finger, look. It's not trying to pull on its own. You can pull it backwards. Does the drive work? Yeah, baby. See? You pull it all the way backwards. Let me lock that off. Now you see me do it with just one finger. And the drive is working. I'm not forcing the machine, it's not going on its own. Just engage the drive and away it goes. It could do a little bit more, but I want to check it at a low setting. So that's where he'd be cutting. Yeah. Oh, it is low too. Too low for my lawn. About there. I want to adjust that just a touch more. I'm going to get that spanner, about 11mm. I just want to adjust it just a breath. Because it should be driving a bit better than that. But as I say, it has got a bit of a worn belt on it, I believe. So I should be advising Taffy to bring it back when he's got a bit more time to put another drive belt on it. And that should solve the problem. So all I'm going to do is just going to slacken this one off a touch. I'm just literally going to adjust it, just push that brass bit further away from the handlebars to about there. I'm going to try that. So I just took it up about 3 threads. That's all I've done. Not a lot. See if that makes any difference. There's still plenty of tension on that cable. You can pull it backwards and forwards, which is the main test you want to do. If you can't pull it backwards, then it's already engaging when you start the machine up. It's just starting to grab. Let's try that. I don't want to choke or not. So it's not running on its own. Just starting to go. Look. It's just trying to go. So now when you engage the drive, that's better. That's the drive they're known for. But you can still put it backwards. That's the important bit. You've got to be able to put it backwards. They cut so well. I love these little haters. There you go, one finger, engage the drive, and away it goes. And that's how you can get your drive working on your Hater 48, 56 or even 41 just by adjusting the cable. But however, that is not the fix. The fix is it wants a brand new belt. But this will get Taffy out of the woods and onto the lawns, get him grass cut, and hopefully he'll come back in the next 2 or 3 weeks and say, Mick, I got the weekend off. Can you order me a belt up? I'll pre-order a belt up in front of him, so when he brings it in, I can get it done on the day and get it back out to him over the weekend, so that way he doesn't lose the machine during the week. So hopefully, Taffy, that should sort you out. And at the moment, full tank of gas, still no fuel leaks, so I reckon you were seeing things. Okay, so there you go. Fixed with one 11mm spanner. If you've got a Hater 56, 48, 41, you could possibly get your drive up and running by just adjusting the cable. If your lawnmower has something very, very similar where you have an adjustment, try to adjust it first. What you're trying to remember is to move the cable away from the handle, not the other way. If you can adjust it away from it, you could be golden. Also, another little trick you can do just to test it is to engage your drive with the machine running, and then as you engage your drive, get hold of your cable and pull it out sideways. If your drive then cuts in, you know then that your drive cable has either stretched or the belt or gearbox needs to be looked at. But if it does work when you pull the cable out sideways, then it could be just a minor adjustment as well. And some lawnmowers also have a little tiny nut and bolt underneath the grass flap. If there's a little tiny plastic cover, like a cup, take the cup off, it'd be a little tiny nut underneath there. Just do that up 3 or 4 times, then test it again, and then another 3 or 4 times, and that will then draw the gearbox tension up as well. That could also work as well if it is a different machine. But if it's like a Hater, you should be golden with this video. Taffy, still no fuel leaks, mate. Don't know what you're talking about. I think you've been drinking too much. But that now, start, stops, no fuel leaks. Pull cord been sorted out, all topped up as well. And the drive now fully working as it should do. However, it's working as it should do because I've taken the adjustment up, but it will be back in at some point for a belt change, which are very, very common on these, and they do fix a problem outright. But then you have to readjust the cable back out again to make sure you've not got too much drive on it. But there you go. If this is the first time I'm watching Mixed Mowers and Mower Man, hit the old subscribe button and whack the old bell. Set your notifications to all. That way you'll be told next time I upload another video. I look forward to the next episode of Mixed Mowers very, very soon. But until then, people, don't forget, much more importantly, take it easy.